Good morning and welcome to day 75 of walking from Mexico to Canada along the Pacific Crest Trail. My name is Prime. I'm walking 2,650 miles to raise money for combat stress. Great spot last night, no condensation, which is always a benefit. It means there's less to do at lunchtime. This morning we're heading for Donna Ranch, get some food. I'm going to get a little bit of resupply and then we're going to push on. There is some high features that we need to get around as it's the PCT. And we know there's a little bit of snow patch ahead, but not too much. So hopefully it's a good day. We're hoping to push 20 miles today. If we manage to do that and we do 20 miles tomorrow, that means we've only got 11 to the road that'll take us into Sierra City. And once we get there, we'll probably have a Nero day and chill out and get ready to get back on the trail. But let's hope it's a good day. There's elevation, but we'll get past it. So let's roll out. Snow is not finished with us yet, so we need to get across this. Luckily it's early, so it should still be frozen. Microspikes are on. Let's get past it. Another interesting morning on the PCT. More big snowfields to get across. So glad I kept my microspikes. I knew they'd still come in handy. Didn't need an ice axe or anything. Just always handy on the microspikes. I have found that my new topos are not very good on the snow. They don't have as good grip as my previous footwear. So having the micro spikes just helps, gives me that bit of reassurance. Started to see these really cool plants along the trail. They are really nice colour. Hopefully they come up in the camera. I'm not sure what they are. Please, if anyone knows in the comments, let me know. It's funny, the trail normally doesn't show you where it's going. It's very elusive and it likes to hide itself. Where this morning we've actually got to see quite a lot of the direction where we're going, which makes a change. It's also nice to get away from the snow again. I keep thinking about the movie Alive, where you've got the rugby team that gets trapped in the Andes after a plane crash. And it's more near the end where two of them are trying to get out to Chile, and at some point the camera pans away and it kind of flies over the snow and eventually hits a kind of waterfall river, and then you see green grass. And I just keep thinking of that. Even though I'm not continually walking through snow anymore, it's still there, it's still present, still annoying. It's always in the areas where it's going to cause the most harm to you if you mess up. It's really annoying. And I just feel that Sierra City is that moment where there's just no more. It's done. That's what I'm hoping. It's been good this morning, a little bit cool with the breeze. Nice to get out from the woods every so often. But it'll be also nice to get down a ranch, get some good food, get some stuff charged. And I've got a video to upload as well. And then after that, home to push another 10 plus miles to a campsite, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. Just hoping for no more snow today. Snow is still not finished with us. Another tricky traverse to get down here. It's a nightmare. Really just want to get away from this. It just makes everything so much harder and more dangerous. Trail's down there somewhere, so I need to go and reacquire it. Not far from the turn off to Donner Ranch now. Looking forward to some real food and hopefully a cup of tea. Be nice to just get a proper seat as well with a back, chill out, and then see what happens for the rest of the day. This is Donner Ski Ranch. Some good food here. It's not that far from the trail either, but a good rest stop. They've got their own set area for us hikers. Got a sign-in book, and there's also a map here. And then the bars just beyond when you order, and there's also snacks and stuff here as well. So I'm heading back up the road to rejoin the trail. At that point I'll have just over 11 miles to the camp spot that we've picked to head for. There is elevation, I think it's about 2,000 feet of it. A lot of the stuff ahead of me is within the 7,000 feet realm. It's only when I get near the camp that we start moving up to the 8,000s. I am hoping for less snow, especially less treacherous, dodgy bits. But we'll see. Bumped into a female hiker there. She says her friends are ahead, so that's some boot tracks. Plus, Your Highness, that's some other boot tracks as well. So it all helps out. Right. So if there isn't any snow, that'll all help. Also have my micro spikes, but as it's getting hotter, it'll be all slushy anyway. But we'll see how we get on. Right now, I've got to head to the interstate and get across that. Hoping this area, the trail's a lot better, but you never know until we're on the trail. It's a good rest stop in there. Got to use the Wi-Fi, good food. Got a burger with me for dinner tonight. And I am looking forward to getting to Sierra City to hopefully mark the end of the snow. It's me now rejoining the PCT, and wouldn't you know it, a little bit of elevation to start off the afternoon. Looks like we've got people doing rock climbing as well. Looks awesome. Really impressive. I could do with some of their stuff for some of the snow patches I've been through. Ropes and hooks and support. That would be nice. Not on the PCT. Something else the trail decides to throw at us. I think there's a way over there, but there's like two trees that have collapsed together. So let's get up and over. Got past, there's literally loads of trees that all seem to crush together. Wasn't too bad to get across. It just slows you down. Can't be too far from the interstate. I can clearly hear it now. And then I'll see what the terrain's like on the other side. This has been very rocky, steps up and stuff. Nothing too bad. Been a nice change going through the woods, being out in the open, actually able to see stuff. It's been good. Hoping that continues. Now heading for the interstate. Looks quite busy and fast. Not a great place to try and get a hitch. So I think if you wanted to go into Truckee, you're probably best doing it from the ranches, the ski resort area. Yeah, how you doing? Hello. Let's get past. Hi. So if you wanted to get hitched into Truckee, you're probably best going to Donner Ranch, try and get hitched in there. Right, let's get through the tunnel. So I'm now heading for Castle Pass, which is 2.8 miles away, and it's elevation of 804. Hopefully the other side doesn't have any snow, but you can never tell. So let's get up and over this pass. Look at this. Look at this absolute bomb site. It's mental. Not too hard to get through, it's just debris everywhere. There's quite a lot of blowdowns in this bit. It's one of the reasons it's one reason I'd like to get out the woods. For one, I can't see anything. And two, you know there's going to be lots of blowdowns. I'd rather be out in the more sparse woods, so at least I can see what's going on. Get a view. That's me got to the top of the pass. I'll be heading down in a minute. It's a good steady incline. I'm hoping that is consistent with the rest of NorCal. Got to head down now and hopefully watch out for any snow. But I'm going to sort myself out before I head down. I've also bumped into 2 golden retrievers today, so that's a bit good. So it's always good to see one. I do miss Cody. I'm looking forward to getting back to see him and giving him a big hug. Oh, this looks amazing. Looks like the top level has been padlocked shut. Have a good look around and see what we can see. I don't think we can get in here. Let's have a look what inside looks like. This looks cool. It's firewood. There's even guitars in here. That is nice. Some mitt. Some cooking stuff. Cooking stoves. Pots. Oh, little glasses. That's cool. Nice little setup. Wonder what the light switch is. Oh, toilet. Must be the same on the bottom. So a good setup here. So Peter Grab's hut is actually really good. A lot of cool stuff in there. There's wood, there's a fire in there you could set, so if it's really cold. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to push north to another campsite because it's far too early and it's not that much distance that I've done. But it was nice to go and see it. So I'm now going to be heading for my campsite, which is just over 3.5 miles away, with 584 ascent and 850 descent. So I'm hoping the trail's a lot easier as it's been so far. It's a shame to leave this place, but got to push on. been the typical last stretch heading to camp where it's given us an awkward snowfield. It wasn't too bad, it was just the fact that the trail was going, you to kind of check your navigation and try to find it and stuff. It wasn't overly bad. And then we get some blowdowns and stuff, but also the last mile never seems to go down. Right, it just goes on and on and on. I would like to get to camp so I can have my cheeseburger, looking forward to that, and a hot chocolate. But it's just, you got all these little things that just slow you down, and you think I could easily get there, but you hit a wee snow patch, or big snowdrift, or blowdown, or the trail's gone because it's covered in snow, or this trail's covered in water. It's almost like the trail knows where you're going to camp, and it wants to give you the most awkward descent it can give you. Right, I have just come across the bridge of the water. Worried that your highness had left me, but I know you hadn't.
I would then.
I know you wouldn't, mate. I know you wouldn't. So we're now at mile 1165.5, and what a nice little surprise, there's even a little campfire. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So all set up, this is our campsite. Things over there, we've been collecting some more wood. We don't want to go crazy, but we just want to try and keep the mosquitoes away. It's helping, and keep ourselves warm. So a good spot. Just filtering some water and then I'll have my dinner. Not really sure you can beat tonight's dinner and a campfire. So I'm going to end the video here. I'll go through the stats that we got today. So we got 20.5 miles. Let's have a look at the elevation. We got elevation 4,016, descent 4,232. So we still got lots of elevation, we're still getting lots of elevation, but the last half is where I was coming up to the pass. It was a lot better, it wasn't like straight up. So I feel that things are starting to get a little bit better. Hopefully that continues tomorrow. We're hoping to get 20 miles tomorrow, but we'll also see if we can push it a little bit further if we can. But again, that depends on the conditions, if there's snow fields and blowdowns and all that kind of stuff. But got a good campsite, got the fire burning away, I've had my dinner, I've had my burger, I've had my hot chocolate, and now it's time to just chill out. So if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe, and above all else, help out combat stress. And we'll see you in the morning for another day on the Pacific Crest Trail.